Steel and property demand crashes. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian Heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Still working through my coffee, and I thought I'd share this article from Zero Hedge shared to me with a viewer. It's to do with China's disintegrating demand, steel down, property and traffic all approaching zero. Not surprising, but very concerning. So in our ongoing attempts to glean some objective insight into what is actually happening on the ground in the notoriously opaque China, whose economy has been hammered by the coronavirus epidemic, yesterday we showed several alternative economic indicators, such as real-time measurements of air pollution, a proxy for industrial output, daily coal consumption, a proxy for electricity usage in manufacturing, and traffic congestion levels, a proxy for commerce and mobility, before concluding that China's economy appears to have ground to a halt, guys. Just dwell on that for a moment. How dependent is Australia on China? If you've been watching this channel and seen any video I've been doing recently, we're very dependent on China. We're significantly, from tourism, education, natural resources, even investment. Not that big as the US, but still. It's concerning, guys. That conclusion was cemented after looking at some real-time charts which suggest that there is a very high probability that China's GDP in Q1 will not only flatline, but create a deep in the red for one simple reason. There is no economic activity taking place whatsoever. Damn. We start with China's infrastructure and fixed asset investment, which until recently accounted for the bulk of Chinese GDP. As Goldman writes in an overnight report in the Feb 7/13 week, steel apparent demand is down a whopping 40%, but that's only because flat steel is down only 12% year on year, as some car plants have ordered their employees to return to work, likely against their will, as the epidemic still rages. There you go, guys. There's what's coming out of China, just this socialist authoritarian regime. I mean, nothing surprises me with what I'm hearing. It really shouldn't surprise anyone, to be honest. So China's infrastructure, flat steel, apparent demand. Look at that dive. However, it is far more important for China's GDP construction sector, where apparent demand has literally hit the bottom of the charts, down an unprecedented 88% year on year, or as Goldman puts it, construction steel demand is approaching zero. What can we say? But wait, there's more. Courtesy of Capital Economics, which has compiled a handy breakdown of real-time China indicators, we can see the full extent of just how pervasive the crash in China's economy has been. Starting with familiar indicators, the average road congestion across 100 Chinese cities, which has collapsed into the new year and has since failed to rebound. So here we have average congestion. There you go. There's the yearly dive for the holiday season. And there's no rebound, guys. 2 weeks after. Parallel to this, daily passenger traffic has also flatlined since the new year and is yet to post an even modest rebound. So daily trips and the lunar cycle-based calendar, right-hand side. Look at that percent change. So 80% down year on year. 80% down. And the biggest shocker, a total collapse in passenger traffic measured in persons per kilometer year on year, percent change, largely due to the quarantine, has been imposed on hundreds of millions of Chinese citizens. Whoa. Look at that. Compare that to SARS, guys. You can see that here. So this is going to, all of these indicators are showing you that the economy in China is not, well, it's stopped. It's stopped. And while we already noted the plunge in coal consumption in power plants as Chinese electricity use has cratered, here we have, look at that. Coal consumption in plants. What is perhaps most striking is the devastation facing the Chinese real estate sector, where property sales across 30 major cities have basically frozen. There you go. Finally, and most ominously perhaps, as the economy craters and internal supply chains fray, prices for everyday staples such as food are soaring as China faces not only economic collapse, but also surging prices for critical goods such as food, as shown in the wholesale food price index chart below. You can see there. Which in a nation of 1.4 billion is a catastrophic mix. As the coronavirus pandemic spreads further without containment, and as the charts above continue to flatline, so will China's economy, which means that not only is Goldman's draconian view of what happens to Q1 GDP likely optimistic, as China now faces an outright plunge in Q1 GDP. And what will that say for the Australian economy? But any of the expectations for a V-shaped recovery in Q2 and onward will vaporize faster than a vial of ultra biohazardous viruses in the Wuhan virology lab. So there's some pretty drastic charts here, guys, which are showing, well, real-time indicators of an atrocious crash in economy. And we have just another article I want to make reference to. Alibaba. We all know Alibaba, Chinese export company. So investors looking at Alibaba Group Holdings earnings on Thursday are rightfully examining the March quarter outlook and phrasing every word for clues about how the coronavirus outbreak will impact the Chinese company, and it's not pretty. Chief Financial Officer Maggie Wu told investors that the company's China retail and local consumer businesses would be hit hardest. Both will bear the brunt of reduced demand and the challenge of delivering products. Customer management revenue and commissions will most likely decline, she said. This is a huge revelation. Those two divisions combined account for 52.4% of revenue in the December quarter. If their sales fall, China's largest company could post its first revenue decline on record. It's also possible that other businesses, such as cloud computing and fresh food delivery, will pick up the slack, but there's no guarantee. Chief Executive Officer Daniel Zhang described the epidemic and resulting widespread quarantine as a black swan event. The message: this will hurt, but it will be one-off. There's Customer Management Commission. We'll see how the others go. Yet investors ought to examine the December quarter because it gives clues about how the e-commerce giant was faring before the COVID-19 virus appeared on the scene. Although revenue continued to grow at a respectable 38%, that was the slowest in almost 4 years and the smallest beat among estimates in at least a year. Its earnings per share beat was the slimmest in more than a year. Importantly, its bread and butter core commerce business, which accounts for 88% of sales, continues to weaken. This division was propped up by acquiring units in physical retail space. Stripping those out, customer management, advertising revenue and commissions combined climbed 21%, almost 4 percentage points slower than the prior quarter and 5.5% less than a year ago. Bear in mind the December quarter includes Alibaba's big November 11 Singles Day bonanza, which is supposed to push revenue skyward. Clearly, this event is losing its luster. So that was all happening when the coronavirus burst onto the scene. So they were already in trouble. Among the numerous problems facing Alibaba is the delay in employees returning to work after the Lunar New Year break, which was underway when the outbreak struck. This means that merchants can't ship orders leaving a significant number of packages undelivered. Trips made through its travel business have been cancelled, with the company offering full refunds, and restaurant bookings are down. Orders for fresh food delivery have increased though. Beyond that, the company has to bear the costs of what is best described as being a good corporate citizen. Its fintech business and financial is waiving or cutting interest rates on loans, and executives have elected to offer subsidies to delivery personnels. It's also making direct and indirect donations, including 469 million yuan in supplies it procures from around the world, and ramping up free services it already offers, such as DingTalk communication app, which is being used in online education and work-from-home situations. Executives did their best to turn lemons into lemonade. More people are integrating digital technology into their daily lives. More than 150 million people with daily health check-ins. Bloody hell. So we can see here, guys, Alibaba is trying to help the situation and make the best of it, but they're not doing too well. And combined with just the crashes in the Chinese economy, what else are we going to see going on? As always, please let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Do you think this will plunge Australia into a recession this year? Is it inevitable? Or am I just reading too much bad news? Or too much real news? Please, guys, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and want to help us grow, there are a few ways you can. We have Patreon and the YouTube channel here, which you can join with a monthly donation. We also have affiliate links with Amazon and eBay for your consumer purchases. We have affiliate links with Independent Reserve and Kucoin for the crypto traders out there. We also have merch, handmade, here in Australia, right here in this house actually, by Rachel, available on the HeiseSays website. And finally, PayPal for those of you that want to contribute that way. Thanks to everyone who's helping the channel. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.